Well, hello, Lynx Players family. This is Jeffrey Cranford, and we are here right now at Castle Pines. Many of you last weekend, obviously, were by the time you see this, the Tour Championship will have already been played. But many of you watched possibly the second to last, cutting the field at the BMW from 50 to 30 right here at Castle Pines, just south of Denver, about 20 miles in Castle Rock. Our West Region Director, Chris Herman, and I have been on a multifaceted journey here lately. We have just started a new fellowship, the third fellowship at Cherry Hills. And now we just met with some leaders from the Castle Pines Country Club, which is just down the street here in Castle Rock. And we're excited about that, John Nelson and the guys. So what I wanted to talk to you about just briefly on this Friday devotional is things can happen in a moment. I mean, when things look sometimes so dead, like there is no possible way to resurrect this, we saw an extraordinary thing, unfold just behind me here this 2 weeks ago by the time you view this, and it was Keegan Bradley. I mean, Keegan thought he was out of the top 50, wouldn't get in, obviously not the Tour Championship, and wouldn't even get into, here at the BMW, the second to the last playoff. And he finished right on the button. A couple of things went one way and the other way, and now he's in. And it was a huge thing. I think many of you saw that. Many of you know he's going to be the Ryder Cup captain. He wanted to be able to play with the players, have some ability to not see them play, be one of the guys. Very interesting situation to have a guy that young and still that competitive. Just kind of an amazing story. There were some other stories with Justin Thomas. He thought he was out to get into the Tour Championship. Well, excuse me, got a helicopter going over here. But Justin Thomas thought he was out. And a couple of slip-ups by Brian Hartman and Noren just got him in at the last second, and he got the top 30, got the finals of the Tour Championship. I look just over here to my left. If you'll look, this is kind of that river. This is number 9. And many of you saw, it looked absolutely bleak for the guy some of you may have heard of named Rory McIlroy. Rory blocked it into this creek, and somehow it kind of bounced off and was about a foot outside, and the rough was tall. And he took off his shoes and walked right just down here and walked down there. And I have no idea how he pulled it off. I don't know how he even was able to balance enough. And just kind of did an arm swing and hit it up on the green, almost made birdie. So disaster looks like it's going to happen all the time, both in golf and in life. Some of you may be in a situation now where you're just saying, I don't even know if we're going to be able to recover from this. I don't know if I'm going to be able to recover my marriage, or I've got kids that are so far off the mark that I can't see any hope or future for them. Many of you know in Ephesians chapter 3, about midway through this letter, the Apostle Paul has a 2-verse doxology at the end of chapter 3. And let me read it for you. Allow me to, please. He says, "Now to him who is able to do exceedingly abundantly beyond all that we ask or think, according to the power that works within us, to him be the glory in the church and Jesus to all generations forever and ever. Amen." I think oftentimes when we're in extraordinary circumstances, it looks like all hope is gone. It's over. When those moments happen, we have to fall back and recognize that God both has done these things in the past and will, by faith, do these things in the future. The Bible is full, replete, whether it be Ruth and Naomi, and it looked like it was over, and then all of a sudden, here's this benefactor and brings them in and cares for them in their widowhood. Whether it be David and Goliath, whether it be Martha and Mary and their brother Lazarus, it's over. That literally, it looked like it was over, and Jesus comes up, and had you been here, our brother wouldn't have died. And yet, just a few moments later, Jesus would be commanding them to take his grave clothes off. Look, we live with a supernatural God. If you're a follower of Jesus, we live with a supernatural God. He calls things that don't exist into existence. And I just want to encourage you today There's some things out there that are dead in your life. It's over. There is no way. You blocked into the water. In fact, he leaned on his driver so hard he snapped his driver on the tee, only to find that, well, he was still alive. Keegan, it was over. Justin Thomas, it was over. And yet, right around the corner, and things can change on a dime. I just want to encourage you today. Things can change on a dime because of the God that you serve, exceedingly abundantly beyond even the things that you can ask. Have a great Friday.